5 best facts about Paris Hilton. Dubbed the OG influencer, famous for being famous, from trademarking That's Hot to pushing the start of reality series shows. Hilton was a New York City club circuit teen dream in the late 1990s, decked out in designer fashion and tracksuits, and unfortunately known for the sex tape scandal. But that is not my focus, and neither should it be yours. There is more to this young woman regards how you feel about her. Born into the wealthy dynasty of hotel mogul Conrad Hilton, Hilton spent her childhood in a rarefied world of privilege. But it was not always rainbows and bedazzled sparkles. She is listed to be worth $14.2 billion. Now let's get into some interesting facts about Paris Hilton. Number 5, superpower. Today, Paris has grown to understand and even embrace her ADHD as her superpower. She claims it keeps her moving along with ideas to focus on being her own mogul with a perfume and jewelry line. Number 4, dirt nasty. Who would ever believe that Paris had dated Simon Rex, also known as Dirt Nasty? And apparently it was labeled one of her most serious relationships prior to her marriage. They dated for about 4 years. Number 3, Paris, Texas. Oddly enough, when you hear Paris Hilton's name, you think of beautiful, fine things in Paris, France. She also can speak French fluently, but she was actually named by her parents in honor of Paris, Texas. Number 2, pink slips and detention. Many would think she must have been raised in a classy private school surrounded by other rich children of actors or surgeons in Hollywood. She did indeed grow up around many wealthy people, but there were dark times in her teen years that her parents felt they were losing control of her, and she was sent away to a school called Provo Canyon in Utah. Provo wasn't your average school, though. It was structured originally to be an environment to teach life skills and provide behavioral health therapy with continuing education for young teens who have pre-existing and complex emotional, behavioral, and or psychotic needs. Most came from parents that said the situation was where success was not happening or being reached at home or in their original public school environments, and have engaged in dangerous actions to themselves or others in the past, with or without the use of, let's say, prescriptions. Unfortunately, this school was not the healthy choice or honest in its teachings. The school had taken advantage of many of their students physically, mentally, and sadly, sexually. Many victims had started to speak out, and one joined their voices that shocked all of them. It was Paris. There have been a handful of young women that spoke highly of Paris and how natural and real she was with them. She spoke in dark, lower tones and was very quiet and mellow. In a way, it makes you wonder if she always took comfort in music and felt alive and free of nerves when she is surrounded by music beats and sounds, which can tell us why she went into nightclubs, dim settings, with the musical communication and vibes. She became the queen of the nightclubs, headlining events and private parties. And all the way to today, traveling as a world-known DJ. And number 1, legally bold. During her mid-teen years, Paris attended 3 facilities for troubled teens. She was 16 when she was at Provo Canyon School, where she suffered multiple types of harm. Provo has faced widespread accusations of mistreatment. Hilton broke her silence about the trauma she experienced in a documentary titled This is Paris. Since the doc, she has led a protest calling for the school to be shut down and marched up the stairs in Washington, D.C. to speak to regulations and monitoring such programs. Utah lawmakers passed a bill. State Senate Mike McKell, who sponsored the legislation, publicly applauded Hilton in an online tweet for speaking out on brave issues. Quoting, "I am grateful for survivors like Paris Hilton who are using their platform and voice to bring attention to an industry that desperately needs reform. As a state, we will take the necessary steps to increase transparency and safety to prevent further harm." She's way smarter than you think. She's way more different than you could ever imagine. She's not a dumb blonde. She's badass. I'm Leenda, and that's For the Record, Your Honor.